Hey, you. Welcome back to Bad Coffee First, the podcast where we talk about love, life, and all the curious choices we make, but not before coffee. I'm Kate, your host, your fellow coffee lover, and today, just someone who's been out there on the dating apps, probably way too much. Because let's be honest, modern dating is basically a full-time job with no paycheck. You swipe, you chat, you accidentally match with someone who says hey, and suddenly thinks they've won your heart. It's fun, it's weird, it's sometimes a little tragic, but hey, it makes a great story over coffee. So grab your cup, whatever is in it, no judgment, and let's dive into the glorious mess that is online dating. The good, the bad, the hilarious, and the ones you'll definitely want to swipe left on. Coffee first, and then let's see who shows up. Talking about online dating wouldn't be complete without sharing some personal stories, right? Yes, I've been there. My adventure started quite a while ago. Tinder wasn't the first portal that I've been using. During my relationship, I thought about being back out there and having to date. That felt terrifying. Spoiler, I'm not back on track yet, therefore no dating. So let me take you on a little walk through my own adventures and misadventures in the world of online dating. There were many guys I've dated. Some of them were just a huge disappointment. Others were just cool dudes. With some of them I'm still in touch, even after a few years of not seeing each other. Now, the main disappointment is usually about the looks. Profile versus reality. Especially about the height. Look, I am 176 centimeters tall, which means I'm not very small, but also not extremely tall. I prefer guys who are taller than me. Yes, the mystical real man who starts above 180. It is a big deal for me. However, back in those days, I didn't have that much self-confidence. So after the first look, I couldn't just back up. I'm always given a chance. That hasn't changed. I'm just a nice girl. Anyway, one dude. Let's name him Mike. Sorry, I don't remember most of the names. Very promising. On the profile, you could see pictures of him wearing like a costume of a local rugby team. The chat was nice. I decided to meet. First error occurred when I couldn't spot him at the meeting point. Eventually, I called him and he's like, yeah, I'm right here. So in front of my eyes, I had a dude half smaller than me, way rounder, wearing a long coat taken straight from Matrix. But as I said, I'm a nice girl. Let's go grab a coffee. We ended up in KFC because the other cafes were very busy. I paid for myself because he was in his own universe. I had no fucking clue what happened. Anyway, we spent an hour talking, and I have to say, it was nice, but not nice enough to take him home for a night. At some point, it just got boring. The topics for conversation started running out. He was a gamer. He was working at the shop with games. Completely not my cup of tea. My roommate at the time, she knew I was out, called me and asked me to buy, and I remember exactly, a baking paper. It gave me the perfect excuse to slip out of the situation quite smoothly, especially since Mike was starting to get a little touchy. You know that feeling when something's in the air, when you just know someone wants to kiss you. Well, I didn't want that. So yeah, the phone call totally saved me. And I created a little emergency. And suddenly, I had to go back home. It still took me a while to get rid of him though. And I remember he said something like, "But my bus is in an hour." Well, how is that my problem? Anyway, I never heard back from him and I'm glad I didn't. The other man, let's name him Juan. A beautiful Spanish man, new to the city. I thought I'll take him for a good coffee. Yes, of course, beautiful lady, he wrote. I'm showing up for the meeting. Turns out he's not drinking coffee. 2. His English is barely existing. 3. Again, dude is half smaller than me. And after 30 minutes of walking around the old town and me talking mainly and hearing only responses, okay, good and nice, I started to really get annoyed. Like he asked me maybe 3 questions and they were more or less the same. Is it good to live in this city? So again, I used an emergency call. This time my excuse was work and rushed to the bus stop. Of course, he's walking me there. gentleman. At this point, I'm just counting minutes to my tram, trying to get out of the situation. It was just awkward. I felt uncomfortable. Whatever happened there, my melting enthusiasm, rushing out of the meeting after less than an hour, I think it was my shortest date, seriously. All that he sees, and it didn't stop him before putting his tongue down my throat. I was shocked. As soon as the tram arrived at the stop, I hopped in. That wasn't even my tram, but I believe he didn't understand which number I was waiting for. Honestly, I have no idea what he was expecting. It's been around 6-7 years ago. I had no idea how to react differently, and he clearly crossed the line as there was no permission, verbal or non-verbal, from me to kiss me or anything else. Also, isn't this enough when I say thanks for a coffee and talk, I'm gonna head home, you have a good evening? Like, what on earth makes a guy think that this is an invitation to spend an evening together? Like, do I really have to say fuck off to make sure they'll understand? Please, can someone explain? Now, before we go any further, let's take a coffee pause, have a sip, and set some ground rules. Because as much as dating apps can be fun, and there were fun dates, like, I cannot complain, not all of them were terrible, they can also get pretty messy if we are not careful. So here are a few little reminders, simple, but they can make a big difference when meeting strangers from the internet. Rule number 1, always meet in public places. First date at someone's house? Nope, let's keep it coffee shops, parks, busy streets, safe and simple. Rule number 2, tell a friend where you're going. Share your location if you can. You don't need to overthink and just make sure someone knows your plan. Rule number 3, trust your gut. If something feels off, even a tiny little bit, you don't need to stay polite. You can always leave, no explanation needed. You don't owe anything to anyone, and it doesn't matter if you're meeting for a one-night stand or a cocktail. Rule number 4, protect your personal info. Don't overshare too quickly. Your address, your family matters, where you work, all those small details, just keep them for later if it's worth it. And rule number 5, coffee first. Always. Okay, maybe that one's just mine, but it is a pretty good rule, right? All right. Now that we've covered the basics, let's get back to the stories. As I promised, let me tell you about the first time I almost got scammed by a guy on Tinder. Almost, because I'm broke as fuck. I went through the messages we exchanged to quote some of them here, and literally my stomach went upside down. That's no bueno. So I matched with a guy. At first, everything looked fine. Clean photos, decent bio, into investing, whatever that means. We matched, had a short chat, and very quickly he asked for my WhatsApp. And yes, of course I gave it, even though something already felt a bit off. Not that I'm a grammar expert or anything, but the way he was texting, it didn't feel right. Like someone trying to sound romantic and charming using ChatGPT. He was constantly surprised that I was working. Kept messaging me, still working? Oh, you're working very hard. Are you still at work? Still busy? Like, yeah, Brian, I'll let you know when I stop. I'm not being held hostage by the espresso machine, right? And the messages. Oh, the messages. Did you eat? Did you sleep well? Hope you're okay. Have a nice day. Hope your day is going well. I mean, I'm a big girl. I can feed myself. I can tuck myself in. Thank you very much. Then one day came the sweet surprise moment. One day he says, maybe I can share a happy thing with you to bring you joy. I was like, okay, sure, bring it on. What's the news? I just completed my Forex order. I invested 25,000 euros and made a profit of 5,000. Wow, congrats, I guess. I said, nice, good for you. 'Cause I'm a nice girl, okay? Okay. Thinking that was the end of it. But no, he kept offering me a training, like a Forex masterclass, straight from his WhatsApp university graduate, white man being a savior to a lost young girl. I kept politely declining, and he kept going. Oh, your work is hard. Yes, it is. But guess what? I like it. Not everyone wants to sit on an app pretending to be a Wall Street wolf. I like being out of my introvert bubble and interact with real people, even if they annoy the shit out of me sometimes, okay? And all of this happened right after I arrived in Luxembourg in May. My mental battery was already at 5%. I had no mental capacity for some random guy from Tinder and his midnight crap to hustle. Eventually, I was just bored again, tired of all the predictable have a good days and are you still workings? I stopped replying, but then one evening, and I remember this vividly, it was 11 p.m. Saturday. I had just finished a 10-hour shift, and if you've worked in tourism or gastronomy, you know what that means. Swollen feet, zero brain cells left, clothing smelling like food, and then he texts me. The trend of Forex is good today. What are you doing now? Do you want to start learning for the first time? I'm sorry, Brian, but I cannot commit to anything at the moment. Sorry for taking your time. That should be enough to say fuck off politely, right? I know, but we have very few trades and you have missed a lot of opportunities. I don't want you to miss again. So I am emphasizing this. We can finish this in half an hour. Me reply, no thank you. Well, it's your choice. If you invest 300 euros today and get 60 euros profit, it is easier than your job. I think you are a smart girl. This is good for you. So again, politely, I answered, thank you, but no, I'm fine with my job and this way of earning. I even tried to change the subject. I asked about his travel because he mentioned earlier he's going on a business trip. Like, fuck, of course, business trip, but he kept going. What have you been working so hard for? I thought you were also a girl with a goal. Like, what the fuck, what goal? I never mentioned anything. You never asked me what? You are limited to the present. This isn't a good thing, is it? So I answered, for enough to keep doing it. I don't think my finances should be your concern. Also, yay girl, you clearly marked your boundaries. Wow, proud of you, Kate. He kept me waiting for a while, and the last, as it turned out, message came. The choice is yours. You are no different from ordinary people. I saw it wrong. I kid you not. At that moment, I just snapped. So I replied, I don't mind being ordinary. Blocked, reported on Tinder. End of story. That's how I lost a possible future rich husband who'll give me wealth and education to reach my goal. Girls, stay safe. We all want love, companionship, someone to bring us soup when we're sick, yes? But let's not ignore that little off feeling, okay? Like, trust your gut. And if someone tries to lure you into Forex while you're eating your leftovers after a double shift, block him. I've wasted so much time on the wrong dudes. And I'm gonna share my story, so you're gonna have to find out yourself. I missed family events, I missed birthdays, I quit uni, I spent loads of money just to hang out with them because I was always the one driving over, bringing food, buying alcohol, ordering takeout, comforting. And you know what? That's okay. I'm not even mad at myself anymore. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to be loved and to love. That's it. And after my last breakup, which, by the way, wasn't exactly yesterday, I sat down and built this perfect picture of my future husband. And honestly, I gotta tell you guys, I am so ready for a golden retriever guy. I swear to God, a lovely, supportive, handsome man with a big family who will love my family, who will get along with my friends, who will be helpful, bring me breakfast to bed, the one who will fix stuff at home, and who will cook and take me out on dates and make me feel safe. Okay, it might be an actual golden retriever before the human version in my life, but sounds good, right? Well, I'm out here, sipping on my coffee and waiting, letting the universe work its magic. It knows better than me anyway. So whatever you are searching for, online, offline, or somewhere in between, I truly wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay caffeinated, and I'll talk to you soon.